Hello, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Random Thoughts from me, O. Ted Bear. Now, I look at certain things and think they should be fairly obvious. You know, some people say that they should be fairly obvious, and I have to say, you damn right they should be obvious. But some laws and warnings are there because really we can't take obvious for granted. Now, I was walking to the bus stop from school and I saw the newly opened Cupcakery in downtown Fort Worth. Now, given my 45-minute wait for the bus that was right around the corner, I decided to stop in. A young lady behind the counter greeted me sweetly and says, "Hello, welcome to the Cupcakery. We do not have bagels." I nodded. Kind of a weird way to greet somebody, but okay, you don't have bagels. Wasn't looking for bagels. But her list continued. "We don't have cookies, sour cream, or ice cream. They have sour cream in in some of their icings, but that just because they have something as an ingredient doesn't mean they have it for general sale." To me, obvious. But the list of things kept getting longer and longer, to the point where I couldn't help but laugh. Now, as an annoyed look came across the young lady's face, I quickly explained myself. Now, I wasn't laughing at her list. I was laughing at the fact that I understood the fact that every item on that list was an argument with the customer who had walked into a specialty shop, missed the several brightly lit neon lights, and asked for an omelet. And yes, omelet was one of the things apparently somebody had come in and asked her about that day. Now, what really gets me in this whole story was a question I asked that night, and I know you would have asked. Hopefully you still are looking to believe the best in humanity. And so I offered up the possibilities. Oh, they must have been just kids looking for a joke, right? The answer to that was a serious no, they weren't. These were real customers. After a second or two, the realization of, no, this wasn't a joke. This was not a gag she was pulling. And I didn't know what to say except, wow, I'm sorry. Now, as a way of trying to make her feel better, I left her with an idea that was on an old t-shirt I had, and that it says, "Every day I believe people can't get any dumber, and every day I'm proven horribly wrong." Now, as I wrap up this story, I think I've shown that obvious isn't so obvious, and common sense isn't as common as you would hope. Now, but you see, enough people have had problems with the obvious and the common sense that some most commonplace things need to be written down. Now, as I've mentioned in various videos, I'm a disabled veteran, so I go to the VA quite often, and And sometimes I need to take medication for various this, that, recurring this, and chronic that. This is one of my pill bottles. This is sleep medication. So, and if I read these off, I read 3 of these off, I'm pretty sure you'll get the idea. I think it'll make clear what I'm trying to say, really. The top one says, take on an empty stomach, which is not a big deal. Some medications work better on a full stomach, some work better on an empty stomach. Do not drink alcoholic beverages when taking this medication. Now, of course, I have lots of friends who will argue this point with me. Go, dude, alcohol makes it work better. Now, that argument is from some logic. Bit of a stoner logic, but, still logical. Then we come to the third one. Now, before I read this, I want to remind you that this is sleep medication. This is stuff to help me sleep. The warning reads, may cause drowsiness. Enough people were having problems that they had to write down that sleep medication may cause drowsiness. They had to put that on the warning label. So whenever somebody starts telling you things that you really ought, don't get mad. Don't get mad, I'm not mad at the person who wrote this, put it on the label. This is just part of the world that we need to keep trying. Proof that we need to keep trying to change this world. This has been Random Thoughts from me, O. Ted Bear. I hope I made some sense, and as always, I just hope I helped.